started writing songs before I could even write. I started making songs before I even started to school, and my mama used to write them down for me. We were a very poor family, but we were rich in love. Because we had so little, people used to save scraps of cloth and bring them to the house. One memory that's dear to my heart was the fall Mama began to make a coat for me. Now, a lot of times, when she made something out of patchwork, she'd try to find scraps that matched as close as possible so that it wouldn't be so obvious that they were scraps. But she knew me and my personality, so she decided to make my coat out of the brightest, most different colors she could find. A colorful coat with absolutely no apologies. Mr. Walker had become a multi-millionaire by selling his groceries on radio and TV, and I remember the day that Uncle Bill introduced me. Looked up at him in his starched white shirt, almost eye level with his belt buckle, which seemed to a poor kid from the hills to be a thing of almost unimaginable richness.
Mr. Walker, I want to work for you.
Well, young lady, you've got a job. A lot of people come to me and say, Mr. Walker, I want a job. But you said I want to work for you. You're hired because you're the first one that ever wanted to work.
And did I ever? The show was broadcast live in the middle of the day from a little auditorium there at radio station WIVK in Knoxville. I waited in the bargain lot to meet Johnny Cash. Finally, I was a feisty kind of kid. I don't know who coined the phrase, but it used to be said to me that I was smart enough to know everything and dumb enough to say it. But being 13 years old from the Smokies and having never seen a man with such a presence, I didn't know if I'd be able to speak. Well, that didn't last long.
Oh, Mr. Cash, I've just got to sing on the Grand Ole Opry. I've just got to.
You know, I actually think you mean it.
Finally, one Saturday night, Jimmy C. Newman agreed to let me go on in his spot, and when my time came to sing, it just so happened that...
Oh, won't you two now? If you'd please make welcome a little girl I met recently. She's from up in East Tennessee, and her daddy's at home listening to the radio. She's gonna be in a lot of trouble if she doesn't sing tonight. So let's get her out here, little Miss Dolly Parton. Come on, Dolly.
Songs to people all over Nashville, including Porter and Norma Jean. So I assumed that was the reason my guitar and I were being songs. I sang the song that I brought, and he just sat there for a minute or two with his hands on his chin, and suddenly he blurted out, Norma Jean's getting married and moving to Oklahoma. I want you to be my new girl singer.
And now, in color, it's the Porter Wagner Show, starring Porter Wagner with Don Warren and the Wagon Masters, featuring Spec Rhodes and Dolly Parton, bringing you the songs and stars of the Grand Ole Opry. Please welcome Porter Wagner and Dolly Parton. It's a lesson.
We walk it each step of the way with the dust of that rugged road clinging to our bare feet. Although we seldom realize it at the time, that dust is more precious to us than gold dust. It is the dust of experience, of error, of forgiveness, of risk and reward. More important than the road itself are the people we meet along the way and the love we share with them. The poet Emily Dickinson once said, "The only thing I know about love is that love is all there is." And as my mama would always say, we're rich people because we know we've got love and we got each other. And I often get is, what do you want people to say about you 100 years from now? Well, I want them to say, dang, don't she look good for her age? often ask me, Dolly, are you ever going to slow down? I always say, now why in the world would I go and do a thing like that? If you love what you're doing, why would you ever stop doing what you love? Everything takes hard work. Everything takes sacrifice. But wherever there's a song to be sung and a story to be told, well,